guys, Anthony here, and in this video, I want to talk about why you will stay broke forever until you learn this. And what I'm about to share with you in this video is more important than any tactics, any strategies with ads, with dropshipping, whatever the case may be. It's more important than the business model. And honestly, until you fix this, you're going to stay broke forever, because it wasn't until I actually fixed this that I actually made the kind of money that I want to make. And I was able to achieve success in various areas of my life, not just with a dropshipping business, but I was also able to, like, as you can see, these screenshots are taken literally 3 weeks apart from one another. I took this brand doing $0 and now it's up to almost over $7,000 in sales. I scaled up my community from 2 members from 2 members at a free community. And now we've got over 200 people in there at $200 a month. And I was able to finally stop looking like a complete fat tub of mayonnaise and actually get a 6-pack for the first time in my life. And yes, this is an excuse to show off my, my body here because I'm that vain. But anyways, hopefully you can see that what I'm about to teach you in this video is something that you can apply not only just to businesses, not just to dropshipping stores, not just to personal brands or coaching businesses or agencies, but other aspects of life. Pretty much any aspect of life you can be successful in if you apply what I'm about to teach you in this video. And if you don't, you're going to stay broke, not just from a monetary sense, but literally across all aspects of life. So I want to share this with you because it's something that, reflecting back on the last year of my life and comparing it to all the years prior, what I'm realizing is, yes, I have leveled up and learned many different strategies, many different tactics. I've gotten better at certain skills like copywriting and product page design and choosing products, writing ads, running ads. I've gotten better, yes, at all of those things. But when I look back and I think about, okay, what was the difference between me here in this state versus this state, in this state versus this state, in this state versus this state, it actually wasn't really much of a tactical advantage or a tactical difference. In fact, a lot of the tactics that I am using now are still the same ones that I was using back then, but it wasn't they weren't working as effectively and they weren't actually getting me the results that I wanted. And again, it wasn't until I learned this, what I'm about to teach you in this video. So let's go ahead and dive straight in. So let's say whatever area in life, whether it's a dropshipping store, let's take dropshipping, for example, and you want to create a store and your main goal is to make $10,000 per month. That seems to be the entrepreneurial starter pack, making $10,000 per month. And by the way, before we dive in, I'm by no means the most successful or most richest guy on the planet. In fact, there's many, many more uber qualified people who have more success in their left pinky than I do in my entire body, and 3 of me. So what I'm trying to do here is help out anybody who's in the 0 to 10K mark, because I'm currently making 7 to 8 times that across all my different businesses. So I think I can help that person out, which used to be me a couple years ago. So anyways, let's say you have a dropshipping store that you want to set a goal to make $10,000 per month. So you're going to, and what I used to do is I would say, okay, I have this business model and I want to make, wait, let's increase the thickness of that. All right, I know you guys love the production quality on this channel. So let's say you set a goal to make 10K a month, okay? So you're going to set this goal of $10,000 per month. And what you're going to do is you're going to get fixated on this goal of $10,000 per month. And then you're going to try to achieve $10,000 per month. And this is the complete opposite of what you want to do. In fact, if you set a goal to hit 10K a month and then you go sit down, right? And you sit at your desk and you say, okay, I'm going to do the things that are going to make me $10,000 per month. You will never make this money. I know it sounds completely backwards. You're probably like, what? This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's like juiced up on some coffee, which yes, I am. But this is the trap. This is the trap that so many people fall into, is they set a goal of, okay, I want to make this amount of money, which is $10,000 per month. And that's their North Star, is making $10,000 per month. They focus all their effort on the monetary outcome or the result that they want to achieve. So what happens is, because you set this goal for 10K a month, everything that you do to achieve this goal is going to be oriented towards making $10,000 per month. And why is that so diabolical? Why does that not work? Well, when you think about it, you can't actually make $10,000 per month. Like right now, there is nothing that you can do. You don't make $10,000 per month. Like that's not something you do. You like people say, I want to make 10K a month. You don't just make it, right? That is like, I want to have a six pack, right? Like I want to look shredded. Okay. If you're this guy and you want to look shredded, you don't just say, you know what? I'm going to look shredded. And then now you're shredded, right? What happens is if you're this guy is you have to change the way that you behave every single day. And eventually over time, the things that you've done will result in a six pack, right? And it's the same thing with making $10,000 per month. You can't actually make this, which is why if you set a goal to try and make $10,000 per month, you will never achieve it. And that's why every time I set a goal to make $10,000 per month, I never, ever fucking made it, because the goal is not something that can actually be done. You cannot do $10,000 per month. Like if I say, go make $10,000 per month, you can't do that. It's literally not possible to make $10,000 per month. Now, if that sounds paradoxical, it's because it is. And don't worry, we're going to break it down. So what do you do instead? Okay. If you can't make $10,000 per month, what do you do instead? Okay. So this is where we break this down into a really fundamental concept that I learned from several mentors, Sam Ovens, Alex Hormozi, where you can pretty much break down everything into like reality, right? You have cause. That's a terrible cause, right? On one hand, and then you have effect. Okay. It's like, I think it was Newton who said for every, I don't even want to butcher it. You guys know that. It's like for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So you have cause and effect, right? And the reason why you can't make $10,000 per month, and if you're trying to set a monetary goal and achieve a result, is that you are focusing on the effect, right? You have no control over the effect, right? You have no control over the effect. You cannot control if $10,000 per month is the effect or the reaction. That is not something that you can control. And that's why if you set the goal, you're never going to make it. So what are the things that are actually in your control that you can change? Okay. That's the cause. That is the cause. Or the way I like to view it is you have your input. That is what you can control. This is the thing that you can actually do. So you can't make $10,000 per month, but what you can do is you can take the actions that would lead to generating $10,000 per month. So what are those actions? Well, let's look at it from a very simple standpoint from, let's use a coaching program. Let's say you're going to start a school community, right? You can't make $10,000 per month with school because it's literally impossible, and you're trying to create an effect, and you can't do that. Okay, what you do have control over is the cause or the inputs. So then you ask the question, what are the inputs that would lead me to getting the output that I want, which is $10,000 per month? Okay, so if we think about what are the inputs that you can control, those would be things like getting traffic, right? Okay, so that is something in your control, right? Getting traffic, creating content, right? And so these are the things that you actually want to set a goal to do. You want to build your goals around the inputs because those are the things that you can actually control and that you can actually do. So instead of setting a goal to make $10,000 per month, you want to set a goal that's entirely based on inputs. So that way, every single day, you are clocking in inputs that will lead to the output that you want. So if I wanted to set a goal to make $10,000 per month, I wouldn't say I want to make 10K a month. I would probably set a goal of, I need to upload 1 video a day. Okay. That's my goal. That is the goal, not $10,000 per month, right? I have completely thrown that goal out of the window. This is my goal to achieve that output. I'm just going to upload 1 time every single day without question, and I'm going to do that for an entire year. And what's going to happen is now instead of setting a goal to make $10,000 per month, when you set an input-based goal, and that's really what I'm getting at here, is focusing on the inputs that are actually going to lead you to the outcome and not the outcome itself, what's going to happen is over time, you're going to slowly compound your efforts, and eventually you will reach whatever target that you set, if it's $10,000 per month, right? Like this is the direct action that you can take right now to achieve that goal. If we just look at my YouTube channel, for example, I have 209 videos on this channel. And I really seriously started setting a goal to upload at least one time per day. And as you can see, I've pretty much remained consistent on that. And last year was a perfect example. Like if we look at my content from last year where I was not uploading nearly as frequently. I was uploading maybe once or twice a week. And again, that was because my mindset was focused on, I want to make $10,000 per month. And what happens when you set an input-based goal is that as long as you make sure that you're focusing on the highest impact task that will lead you to $10,000 per month or whatever your goal is, now every single day, as long as you achieve this, you're achieving your goal because you are directly focusing on the inputs that are going to lead you to whatever your output goal is, right? And hopefully you can see how setting a goal to upload one time a day and having whatever output you want as a byproduct of your efforts is significantly more effective than trying to make $10,000 per month. Because this happened to me too. Like I tried to make $10,000 per month. I can't draw on this fucking Miro board. I tried to make $10,000 per month. And when you set a monetary goal like that, you have no focus. You have no clarity on what to actually focus on. So what's going to happen? You're going to start doing a website. Then you're going to start making a logo. Then you're going to start posting a video on Instagram. Then you're going to follow 10 accounts on Instagram so that you can boost engagement. And then maybe you are going to like speak to a couple friends. And then maybe you're going to like write a sales script. You're going to do all of this bullshit that doesn't actually move you closer and closer towards your goals. And that is why you never end up achieving your goals because you're splitting your attention on all of the things that you think are going to lead to $10,000 per month. And it's like, no. What you want to do is figure out what is one thing that if I did every single day would guarantee my goal and my output goal as much as possible, right? For any info-based business, it's going to be generating traffic to a sales page or like a call funnel or whatever. For a dropshipping store, it's going to be making creatives. So when I say I want to like scale my dropshipping business to like, let's say 10K a day, I don't set this goal to make 10K a day, right? That's not the goal. Okay. What I say is, okay, what are the outputs or what are the inputs that are going to lead me to making $10,000 per day? What is the highest impact task that I can focus on right now that would result in 10K a day? That's going to be 20 plus ads per week, right? And if I do that, I know that with enough time, as long as the quality of the creative is good enough, and I'm doing this every single week, that eventually I will get to the actual goal that I want, right? And it wasn't until I started focusing on the inputs. It's like, again, you go back to the losing weight analogy. It's like you can't just look like this guy overnight, right? If you're this guy, you can't look like this guy overnight. What you need to do is focus on the inputs, right? And doing them every single day. What are the most impactful things that I can do right now that will lead me to eventually looking like this guy? That's going to be, I need to get my 10K steps. I need to eat in a calorie deficit. Or let's say in this case, because I remember I was eating probably about 1,500 calories. I need to eat 1,500 calories and get 10K steps. As long as I'm hitting these two things, 1,500 calories and 10K steps, I don't even worry about anything else. I don't worry about the fucking workout routine I'm doing. I don't worry about this new diet hack. I don't worry about this new exercise trend. I know that if I get 10K steps today and I eat 1,500 calories today, I'm going to look like this guy eventually. And guess what? It worked. And when it came to growing my school community from 2 members to 228 members, guess what? It worked. And when it came to building this dropshipping store from $0 to over 7,000, guess what? It fucking worked. So what you need, okay, and this is kind of the whole point of this video, is if you don't want to stay broke for the rest of your life, what you need to do is examine all of your goals with a very, very close lens right now. Look at any goal that you have. Again, like most people who watch my channel are trying to make $10,000 per month with dropshipping. So if you want to make $10,000 per month, what you need to do is stop focusing on making $10,000 per month. And instead, again, remember this relationship between cause and effect. And what you want to do is take any of your goals, ask yourself, is this an effect or output goal? Is this goal that I have is it something that I can actually do today? Or is it something that is the result of an action taken? And if so, then you need to break it down. Okay, what is the single most important thing that I can do right now that would result in me achieving that outcome? And then you need to do that consistently every single fucking day. No breaks. You cannot take a day off. Consistency every single fucking day, because like weight loss is a perfect example. You cannot look like this guy after one day of doing 10,000 steps and 1,500 calories. You cannot grow a school community after one video, okay? It takes 200 videos. And you cannot grow a dropshipping brand, okay? You cannot grow a dropshipping brand without launching hundreds and hundreds of ad creatives. But because those are the things I'm focused on, I'm not focused on making $10,000 per day. I'm focused on uploading 20 ads a week. I'm not focused on growing my school community to 300 members. I'm focused on uploading a video every single day. I'm not focused on trying to have a six pack. I'm focused on eating 10,000 steps. I'm focused on eating 1,500 calories and hitting 10,000 steps. And once I discovered the power that comes with setting input-based goals, like inputs, this is the real formula, okay? Input goal times consistency. Actually, we'll just call it time equals win. Okay, or we want to put win. Let's just put dollar signs. Okay, because that's really a good thing for success, or sign of success in any field. So your input goal times time is going to get you whatever outcome that you want. And so that is basically the preface, that is basically the whole point of this video, is to hopefully get you guys and share with you how this completely changed my life, where I stopped setting output-based goals. I stopped trying to make a certain amount of money per month. And instead, I looked at the goals, the things that I wanted to achieve, the outputs and effects that I wanted in my life, whatever monetary goal that was, whatever physical, health, emotional goals those were. And I broke it down to say, okay, what are the inputs that will result in me achieving that? And then I focus on doing that every single day. And consistency, if you guys know the power of compound interest and consistency with enough time will get you whatever goal that you want. So stop setting goals, output-based goals. Stop trying to make $10,000 per month. Focus on the highest impact thing that you can do every single day that would result in that outcome, and then do it every single fucking day. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the content as always. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what other kinds of videos you want to see next. And if you are someone who is even remotely interested in learning how to start and scale a branded dropshipping business to $1,000 a day with no ripped content, no stolen content, no video ads, no video editing, all image ads, and long form sales letters, click the first link in the description below. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.